Hi, my name's Natalie Pohorski and I'm a contributor at Cinema Sugar. And today I'm going to be sharing some of my horror movie collections for this collector's edition. Okay, so we're going to start with my two favorite franchises, Friday the 13th and Scream. Friday the 13th was my first love when it comes to horror. I discovered those movies. There was a marathon on TV. I found them at my friend's house when we were having a sleepover and immediately fell in love. So it's really hard to say exactly which one I started with. But the first ones that I got on DVD, a little bit later in life, was this double feature, part 1 and part 2. And the reason why I love this copy, because I have them all on Blu-ray now. I have a bunch of different versions, but I love this copy because I brought it with me to college and I still have the drinking game that we made for watching the first one, which includes a drink for every time you hear anytime somebody says "Camp Blood," anytime Kevin Bacon does something manly, and anytime someone dies. And then you have to chug during slow-mo. So for those who know the end of the movie, it's a long one. Moving into the art portion of my collection. So I collect a lot of these at different horror conventions. And so this is one of those. The artist is Will Terry. And we've got a childhood Jason looking at the mask that he will one day wear. And then another favorite of mine, this is from, I think it's Jason Edmondson. So sorry, he'll probably correct me, I'll tag him. And this is a hand-drawn sketch you can see of Jason. I love the art style. I love how the red pops. So this is another favorite in the collection. And I think from there, we should move on to Scream. Okay, my Scream collection isn't quite as large, and I actually fell in love with that franchise much later in life. Shout out to my friend Jen, who kind of reintroduced me to it, and she's like the biggest fan, so a lot of this stems from that. So that said, again, I didn't have this VHS earlier in life, but I found this at another horror convention, and it is Scream 3 on VHS. Now, Scream 3 gets a really bad rap. It's a lot of folks, it's down on their list for favorite Scream movies. But I'm partial to this one because of Courtney Cox's bangs, that you can see them featured there. So this is a fun one for me. And then my family video Blu-ray copy of Scream 4. Scream 4 is really special to me. I used to work for a horror TV network, shout out to FearNet. And I was able to be a part of an interview with Wes Craven during the press tour for Scream 4. And of course that was the last one that he directed. So this one is very special to me as well. And I'm a big Kirby fan. Come on. And then moving on to some accessories. I have a Stab tote bag. And one of my favorite one of my favorite t-shirts, I think I wore this to, it's covered in cat hair. I think I wore this to the Scream 5 premiere, but it says, based on the book, The Woodsboro Murders by Gail Weathers. So of course this is one of the title pages from that movie. And then I think from here, we're gonna move into the random, all over the place horror stuff that I have. So buckle up, we're gonna do this kind of quick fire. Okay, let's start with some accessories. We've got little xenomorph earrings. I get a lot of compliments on these. Another gift for me was these Lego Freddy Kruegers. These throw people off. They kind of sometimes think it's just a cowboy, but look at the detail on there, on his face. Fantastic. Next up, I've got this Evil Dead 2 VHS tape, which is actually a lamp. This guy lights up. It's rotating different colors. So this is a fave of mine. And then moving on, I've got another piece of artwork. One of my favorite 80s movies is Night of the Comet. And this print, it looks like this is by Hag Cult. If you're looking to find more like this, of course, this was another horror convention find. And then one of my favorites and most recent finds, we have the Midsummer bag. This is from Backstitch Bruja. But the best part of this bag comes on the inside. It comes with a burning boyfriend bear. And last but not least, I've got just a few pins. I've got, of course, a full jacket with different horror pins, but some of my favorites, we have the Suspiria title art there. Love this one. This one's a pretty basic, but I just love that horror sticker for the VHS tapes. And then another favorite of mine on this jacket is the I Heart Dairy balloons from It. You probably already noticed my t-shirt, Cabin in the Woods. One of my favorite horror movies of all time, if not my favorite. I've also got some really fun horror alphabet art in the background. And I think that covers at least a good part of my collection. Okay, I lied. I cannot ignore this one because it's one of, I have 3 Funko Pops and this is one of them. I have a Jordan Peele Funko Pop. On the back, it's artwork. It's a photo of him in Us. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention Jordan Peele in this horror collection. So thanks again for joining, for taking a look, and we'll see you next time. What is the sign off for this? Stay spooky?